Hi, it's Mine Crypto here. I hope we're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world.
Remember, this isn't financial advice. Always do your own research.
Well, hello guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, I think I've got a bit of the hay fever. I've never had hay fever before, but I think I've got it, and you can hear it in my voice. But hey, it is what it is. So looking at the fear and greed index today. So we've gone at one point, we are in greed. So people are buying. I won't be buying right now. As I said, I'll wait until that tips into the orange. I like it to be around about 40. Some nice fear in there. So I'll just be holding off on accumulating and DCAing in. So remember, we only buy in the red or orange, never in the green. What we'll find as things pick up in the market, once we hit that green on a regular basis, we're going to start to notice people starting to FOMO in. So looking at it today, our market cap's down overall on crypto 1.39%, trailing volume down to 0.31 on the 24-hour volume, and BT dominance is up 0.16. So not too bad, but let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. So we've got a couple of big greens in there, CFX, XRD, LDO, much of the redness here. We're seeing lots and lots of red. XRP here, down 1.3. Today we're going to talk about Quant. So what have we got here? Quant's in there somewhere, so let's have a little look as we go down. So just search Quant. I love this little tool because I think it shows us sort of a variation of what's going on in the market. As we can see here, Quant is looking quite nice on the daily. So we're looking at 106. It's holding around that mark, which is what I like. Market cap of 1.28 billion and the 24-hour volume 14 million, and we're ranked at 39. And to be honest, I think people are really sitting on this 14 million supply. That's a lot less than BTC. I think at some point this will flip Bitcoin. Now I've said it. I'm really bullish on Quant. I think being the overledger, and I think you've got to be honest, it glues everything together. The thing at the moment is we find blockchains aren't connected, and this is what Quant will do. Make everything seamless, and everything will connect. And that's a great thing about Quant. If you've done any research on Quant, I believe this is a gem. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm just some guy sitting in this room talking about crypto, and I'm giving you my personal opinion. I love Quant. It's one of these coins that has got so much going for it in the now and in the future. I like coins that obviously utility. I like the fact that there isn't a huge amount of marketing because they're not using their budget to plow it into marketing just yet. But I think once we start to head into 24, 25, up to year 26, I think you're going to see this absolutely go nuts. And we're talking 4 figures here. So there you go. Not great today, but we're going sideways effectively. So we got some news. Something I posted the other day that was quite popular. So we see here, central banks don't care how much people spend on sandwiches, says CBDC developer. Quant CEO actually, Gilbert Verdian, absolutely phenomenal. This guy is on the ball. Let's have a little look. Gilbert Verdian, CEO, founder of Quant, a company involved in the development of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, mostly in the UK and in the US, insisted that users shouldn't be worried about privacy when it comes to CBDC technology. Also remembering that NXRA is also partnered with Quant. So go and research on NXRA, Next Era, Alliance Block. For me, another gem. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own research. He says here, we can categorically state that the central bank does not care how much people spend on sandwiches, but they care what you spend on every... No, I'm joking. They don't care. A bit of a joke from Gilbert. Like to see there's a bit of humour there. It's not their mission. So Verdian said at the Financial Times Crypto and Digital Asset Summit, what is happening is the same rules of AML, KYC are going to be applied to central bank digital currencies as they are today to any other form of money from commercial banks. Now, this is great news. Quant is positioned in the industry to help governments and organizations build distributed ledger systems, whether it be a traditional blockchain or a CBDC technology. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are usually tokenized versions of fiat currencies like the dollar or the pound. The transitional data on-chain is an interbank network that is looking at actual API calls. He said it's looking at values, but not the personal identifiable information. That's good to know. The UK CBDC, known as the digital pound, will be a private but anonymous, affirmed the director responsible for central bank digital currency at the Bank of England, Tom Mutton. Now, we're going to watch a quick video in a minute about that and what Tom actually says. The reason for that is we think that it's important that there is some level of identity information to make sure that there are no opportunities for fraud or financial crime, Mutton said. But none of that identity information will be passed to the Bank of England. That's good to know. So Verdian also sees CBDCs as a unique opportunity for the legacy issue of fraud to be solved. Fraud is an exponentially growing problem. We've been battling fraud for decades, he said. In this new form of technology, we can actually build in fraud protection at the money, at the network level. So that is like brilliant. So we're seeing Quant, part of the Bank of England and their CBDC, taking it forward. Look at the partners that are partnered with Quant at the moment. As I said, NXRA. If you're not already, take a look at it. I would. I'm a big lover of NXRA as well, as you notice by my feed of the videos that I do. So here's a video of from Quant Papa, Tom Mutton, Director of Central Bank Digital Currency, the former Bank of England man, says Gilbert Verdian and Quant are really important to this. So let's have a little listen.
I mean, Gilbert has been really important in this. He was a sort of an important participant with Quant, providing input. With the Bank for International Settlements, you have a London centre. I mean, Gilbert has been really important in this. He was a sort of an important participant with Quant, providing input.
The next level of thinking is, what does this mean to consumers? What does this mean to businesses? And what does this mean to the economy? And the common theme we're seeing with the work we're doing with central banks is the only way to answer those questions is to practically test it with your local domestic and commercial banks to understand what does this mean. So from our perspective, I mean, we're an infrastructure provider. We create the issuance of CBDCs and the interoperability of CBDCs with payment systems. And the common themes are around, why a digital pound, why a digital euro, why a digital dollar. And it's an evolution of money, and cash is always going to be there, as Tom was just saying, but having a digital form of cash, a new form of smart money, can really unlock a lot of benefits to consumers and businesses, because we're right now relying on a traditional architecture of push and pull payments, and having logic built in by having the ability to program money to do innovative things is going to really transform how GDP can grow, how businesses can reduce workflows, and how consumers can spend a new form of money. So we're right at the beginning of that thinking, but the next step is to practically test it with your local domestic banks.
So there you go, guys, right from the horse's mouth. And so connected. This guy, I've been researching him for some time now. Quant, for me, is massive. And if you're not in Quant, go and research it. Remember, always do your own research. But for me, this is a gem. Up there with XRP. Bang on. Psychological tip. When you genuinely accept risk, you'll be at peace with the outcome. Before you enter a trade, if you have a concrete risk management plan as part of your trading strategy, you should not sit by and worry as the trade develops. If you accept the risk you're willing to take, anxiety in trade progress will diminish. If, however, you find yourself worrying anxiously while watching the trade develop, it's a good sign that you need to dial down your risk to an acceptable level. So that's really important. If you feel uncomfortable, just rein it in a bit. That's the way I would do it. Anyway, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, and I will catch you tomorrow.
Remember, this isn't financial advice. Always do your own research.